What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Gamer's Place, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the Steam Machine and if you should buy it or not. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy this video, and let's go ahead and get right on into it. Starting with specs. This is the most important part because honestly the specs to me are slightly disappointing for what they're potentially going to charge for this thing, which we'll get to that in a second, so stay tuned. The GPU is basically an AMD 7600 with 8GB of VRAM, and if you guys know anything about modern gaming, you need 8GB or better bare minimum to be able to achieve good FPS in modern games. And that's not even going over the fact that they promise 8K 60 and 4K 240. I'm sorry, but looking at this GPU and CPU specs, we're not going to be getting that. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. Maybe if you're playing a smaller title you can, but not in bigger AAA games. No shot of this. And I gotta be honest, guys, I'm slightly disappointed that Valve is actually doing this because I don't believe, unless it's like a Stardew Valley or something, as I said earlier, that it's going to be able to achieve this. I really don't. And I gotta be honest, these stats are very comparable to the PlayStation 5, and I mean very comparable. And the PlayStation 5 is what, 5 years old at this point? So that's not really a compliment, especially since, let's be real, the PlayStation 5 itself was probably slightly outdated already when it came out. So let's just be honest here with ourselves and look at this machine for what it is. This is a 1080p convenience box that is going to allow you to play your PC games in a consoleized format, and potentially, since it's going to be pretty small from what I'm seeing, you can take your PC games on the go and play them on a TV if you're not a fan of something like a Steam Deck where you want to actually take it and like play it in handheld mode. That's what I believe this is for. I think that this is one of those machines that they're selling more convenience than power, and that's honestly okay if it's supported correctly and everything goes smoothly. Now that is something that they can win me over with, because I want to be positive to end this video, but I got to get into one thing real quick before we get there, and that is price. Because price, my lord, if the leaks are true, this thing is dead on arrival.
I want to talk about pricing for the Steam Machine. Actually, no. What I want you guys to do, chat, get out of here, bug, is let me know what you would pay for it. So basically, it's a 7600 CPU and a 7600 GPU. This is not a super powerful machine. Valve is upfront saying that they are going to be relying on FSR in order to achieve 4K. And even then, man, like 8 gigs VRAM, anyone else would be taking a ton of flack for shipping a game console today with 8 gigs of VRAM.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of people talking pricing in here. I'm gonna read these. 600, 600, 600, 600, 600, 350, 800, maybe 600, 1,000, you're crazy. 500 tops or DOA, 250 PS5, so like 500 to 600, 599, 699, 500. Okay. A lot of 500 to 600.
I don't think so.
I can't tell you what the price will be because I literally don't know. But when I said, you know, I'm disappointed that it isn't going to follow a console pricing model where it's subsidized by the fact that, you know, the manufacturer is going to be taking 30% of every game sold on it over the lifespan of this thing, because I feel that would be a more meaningful product. And they kind of asked what I meant by, well, what do you mean by console price? And I said, well, $500. Nobody said anything, but the energy of the room wasn't great.
This thing is $750+ for what they're trying to sell you? Heck no. Do not buy this thing if it is that expensive. That is a ripoff for the specs that you are getting here. I'm going to be completely honest. This thing should be about the price of $500 to $600, I think, at the most, for what they're trying to give you and the convenience they're trying to sell you in a consoleized format. And the reason I say that is because, as I just said before, you can get a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox Series X with very similar, if not slightly better specs than this for literally half of the price. And the PlayStation 5 especially has a pretty good games library that you can put under your TV and easily enjoy it as much as the Steam Machine, unless you're buying it strictly for the portability convenience of a console. So I personally do not think that this thing is worth more than $650 like you see with the Steam Deck models. That's what I think this should be priced like, is the Steam Deck. Have the lowest model be about $400 or $500, and then have the highest be about $650, and boom, call it quits, move along. But to end on a positive note, I do want to say this. If the pricing is right, and everything goes good with the customization and all that type of stuff that people will want from this, then I personally think that with the right updates, the right optimization, the ability to customize, and also the fact that it's so small that it's basically a portable console, I really do believe that if Valve nails the pricing, they could take over the under the TV market, because the Valve ecosystem is phenomenal. They just need to make it where it's optimal for price, and it's optimal for price to performance, so people look at this thing and they don't just immediately want to throw up and ignore it. That is where I'm worried for Valve, is I don't know if they're going to be able to pull that off. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. The way that this is looking and the way that this feels, I don't personally know if they can pull it off. But let me know down below in the comments what you think. I'm done rambling. I think that this thing has a lot of potential, but I think that some bad decisions by Valve, including false marketing on the resolution and frame rates, which it will not do 4K 240, and it sure isn't gonna do, or 8K 60. It's just not going to. The specs are not here for that whatsoever. So if you guys buy this believing that it can do that, maybe in pixelated games, but definitely not in AAA or AA or even high quality indies, I don't think that's achievable. So keep that in mind when you're gonna go buy this machine, because I personally think that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to fall for that, like they did with the PS5, and they're going to buy this and be severely disappointed. But if Valve can deliver on their promises and give people what they want from this, this could be a gaming revolution like we've never seen before. So like, comment, subscribe. If you guys want to see more videos on the Steam Machine, let me know down below in the comments, and we will do our best to get them out to you. And yeah, be sure to be here on December 11th for the live stream of the Game Awards. We'll be going live at 7 o'clock, so if you want to be here, be sure to subscribe with the noti bell on, and we shall see you in the next one. Peace out, everybody.